There's even a spot to sit here and still kind of be off camera.
Yeah.
Oh yeah, you kind of are.
Like here, I'm probably in a bit. But...
A little,
I'm
yeah.
trying to think of
You have
what.
your arm. Just a little.
Just a little arm.
There you go. You're out. You're in. You're out.
You're just watching him go in and out of the screen.
In.
Oh dear.
This feels weird that I can sit this close and be off camera.
That's super weird. Well, hello. Welcome back to my sewing room. It may look a little different in here today because we did a little bit of a setup change.
Yes. I have room to be a French hen.
Yes, and now you can see us while Maureen is sewing and while I am pinning over here. It is pretty exciting.
I have to be
I
a
love
little less cognizant of where I am, and I don't get in as much trouble.
Please don't elbow me still.
Yeah, but I could be a French hen and not elbow you.
This is true.
Yeah,
This
Vern
is
was showing me a video of the 12 Days of Christmas now that we're done, and every bit they had people come in and they were different characters. So there's like the partridge in the pear tree, and she just always got to do that thing, and then the two calling birds, and they always had thing. But the three French hens, they did this. And I thought that was funny. I would like to be a three French
Adorable.
hens. Yeah,
You could do that.
yeah. So that'll be my thing all day. I'll just be a French hen.
Well, we have to do a little sewing. You can't French hen while you sew.
I'll just randomly flap.
It might
my
be a
arms.
little wobbly.
It could be, yeah, a little distracting. Yeah. So, what are we doing today?
Oh, we are making a super quick and easy gift bag, which I did forget to grab a piece of ribbon.
Okay.
So I might have to sneak back to my room
Well,
and
I'm
grab
pedal
some
to
ribbon.
the metal. You can grab.
Yeah, while you pedal to
Okay.
the metal, we're gonna see how long this takes us. Are you trying to see what you're writing? Do you want the screen?
I'm good.
You sure? Here you go.
We're not distracting at all.
Tyler's sitting in the corner
Right.
typing.
Fine tuning us.
Oh, that's a really good question, Tyler. That's perfect. Tyler's asking, how are we sounding today? Quiet, loud, just right. So if you want to post your answer in there, because we did a little bit of a switch up. So just want to make sure that everyone can still hear us. And I guess we should get this show on the road.
Yeah.
See how fast we can make a gift bag. So if we switch to top camera, we have a piece of fabric. And you'll notice it has green around the edges, and that is because I took a piece of fabric and I serged all the way around it, just so that I can reuse this and I'm not going to have a bunch of fraying, because we're just going to do some really quick seams and make a really cute bag. So this piece of fabric, it's about a 0.3 meter cut of fabric, or around 11.5 by 21. We split it on the fold. So it's a nice size. A bit quiet. I've had to crank up my volume. And so we're just going to fold it right sides together and just match up our tops. I'm going to clip some of my serging off because that's going to
I was
go
hoping you
bye-bye
would do that
later.
because I was like, yeah.
Oh, is that driving you crazy?
It was, yeah, a little bit.
Okay, perfect.
And you don't want me to hem the top until later? You just-
I think we can hem it in a circle. What do you think?
Okay, sure.
Also, this nice serging gives us a nice spot to roll back.
Fair enough.
I think it'll be nice. Because I'm not sure how straight my actual serging was. Also, I pin like a lefty. I'm sorry.
I don't see any problems.
Oh, you pin like this too?
Yeah.
Leah pins backwards.
Oh.
And I find it really interesting. So I've tried to pin like this because I feel like sometimes it could be useful for me. So instead of pinning like that, she pins like this.
The other direction. The problem with, well, you can pin either direction, but this way I find like I'm busy guiding over here. This way you just grab the pins out this
Right?
side and then put them in the thing.
That's
Otherwise
what
you
I
have to
think
have your
too.
pin tray in the arm of the machine, which I find very awkward.
You could do that. I've had a tendency of punching my pin tray off the table
Exactly.
when I do that.
Whereas if you have the pins pinned, as you say, like a lefty, then you can just have it over here and it's easy to just pull them off and set them. So
Tina says that's better. Thanks, Tyler.
Perfect. Thank you, Tina, for letting us know.
Alrighty. Oh, and on YouTube, we're just right. It's like the Three Bears.
Well, I kind of asked it that way.
All right. So we're gonna switch over to Maureen,
Okay.
and Maureen's gonna talk about what she's doing,
So I'm just going to sew
and I'm going to.
quarter-inch away, which is just kind of basically on the serging line, because we don't need to give ourselves too much excess. And I've also got a 1/4-inch piecing foot on here, and this is okay. This one goes right down, unlike my machine. Okay, so here we go. I've got green thread in there, and we're just gonna it's gonna burp, and then that's fun. Then it's not gonna move my fabric forward. So I'm gonna check that my feed dogs are down. They are. Okay, come on, fabric. Feed. Why isn't that feeding? You know, power of camera.
That does it.
It just,
Nothing makes things not
nothing,
behave like it.
right? I know, it's like nothing wants to work when you're on the camera. So come on. Why isn't this moving? It's just sewing in one spot. This thing does not like me. If I had a lift, I would lift it. Okay, we're gonna lift it up. Lift the needle up, shove it forward, and try again.
Oh, is it maybe just not in a great starting spot?
Apparently. No.
There you go.
There we go.
Just needed a second.
It wanted to think about it real hard. See, and like I said, can I have the pin tray?
Oh yes, of course. I kidnapped the pin tray on Maureen.
I'll just, randomly leave them all over everywhere for you. That's helpful too.
I like that. Then I can hunt them down later.
With your stocking feet, right? Ouch.
Yes. I'll find them with my stocking feet. That'd be so awful.
That would be the Grinch. There we go. And
Just a little back stitch.
tack, tack. There we go. And then cut.
I'm trying to find something to put in our package when we're done. I think it might have to be that container behind the machine.
And then thankfully this is 37, so I'm just going to sew it on the other side same way. Because I like going from the bottom to the top to make sure I don't get an uneven nonsense.
That's fair. I could have pinned it backwards.
Nope. But there we go. The machine was having a bit of a hiccup to start, but it's decided to be done with that, which is nice. So would you call this left-handed sewing if I'm going up the wrong side?
You could, if
Right?
you want. That's not how I sew when
It would
I'm
be-
left-handed.
It would be weird, right? It's just kind of backwards sewing. But I think that's the joy of the 37 foot is I can do either side because it's 1/4 inch on either side.
That is quite lovely.
And this is quite the limey green thread I've got going on here.
It's okay. I did also limey green. It'll look nice when it's
Go.
done. All right. So let's switch to our top camera so you can see she
Just
sewed up
stitch
those two
straight.
sides. And we still have it wrong sides out. Do you like stitching from the nice side when you have to stitch in a circle?
I think because it's this one, I've got a taupe on the bottom and I've got a green on the top.
So you're going to stitch it wrong sides out?
Yeah,
Okay.
just so that
So-
we get the nice color.
Yeah, it's a fabulous idea. Since we serged this, we have actually a beautiful line for us to fold back on. So I am just going to fold twice on our serging, and that is what our hem's going to be. Toss some pins in. And since this is a quick gift bag that we're just going to use for gifting, we're not going to be worried about perfection here.
And then you lay the sides flat, right? The quarters, the edge seam.
Oh yeah, it's just gonna get pushed one way.
Now, when you
Or
do
sorry,
that,
I'm gonna open it. My apologies.
oh, you are opening it. Okay,
Because why not, right?
why not?
Okay, so have that open. We're just gonna roll it down. Were you thinking of pushing it to one side?
I'm a monster that way. Yeah, I was gonna say I because I'm simplistic, I probably would have just opened pushed them to one side, and then I would have pushed them both to the same side, on both of them, like pointing the same direction, so it would have a tendency to sit the same way.
You know what I'm seeing right now? Is I'm a very inconsistent person at pitting because now I'm pitting like Leah pins.
Hey, you just got to do it. The way it goes.
I'm just getting it done. It's because I practiced it once and now that's the way it's going.
Yep.
I'm also really afraid of you just poking your fingers a ton.
Yeah, these are big needles, pins, whatever. Big pointy
Yeah.
things.
We're just using whatever we have on hand today.
I think probably if I was for reals doing this at home, I wouldn't have pinned it.
I wouldn't have pinned it either.
But if you're a
But you
beginner and you
could-
haven't done them before,
Yeah.
then pins really help.
Or if you're working with little ones,
Yep.
you could use clover clips.
Oh, those would be so easy, yes.
Yeah, because you don't need it perfect. You just need it kind of held.
I use clover clips for so many things. Binding.
Fold this.
Binding.
Binding. Binding. I also use it for lots of things.
Yeah.
I use it for binding. Also when you're writing out all your little patterns
Yep.
and you're trying to keep everything together.
Yeah, all the bits.
I've definitely just clipped name tags to stuff with my clover clips.
Yeah.
I've used them for chip bags
Yeah,
when I'm snacking.
for sure. But even just keeping bits of applique together,
Yes.
organizing them.
All right.
Okay.
Or holding all your papers together.
Yes,
You ready to sew that up?
I am.
Did you want your table off?
Wondering. Yep, definitely.
You got the button?
I do, but it's very tight. Oh my goodness, today is just the comedy of errors. Okay, close it. There we go.
Good job, Maureen. Slide this up here. We made it.
Okay. In the arm.
I will give you that back.
Now we'll be backwards, so I'll put them over here.
And so Maureen's just going to top stitch nice and close to the edge of our fold. And then we'll be ready to go. I'm excited.
A little back tack. Okay, pins.
The pins might have made it more tricky for you.
I think so, yeah.
We totally maybe should have skipped them.
No, it's better now.
Oh,
It was
okay.
just that first little
You
bit.
just gotta get started sometimes.
Yeah.
I love sewing like hems and stuff in a circle, but only if they're new hems. I don't like rehemming pants. I find that awful for some reason.
Yeah.
But doing these, it's quite fun.
Fresh work is fun. Redoing work, not so much.
No. Should we box the corners on this one?
You know what? Given that it's coming together so well, why not?
Yeah. Because this hasn't been very much time at all. It was very speedy. Like a 5-minute project, it feels like.
And you could do these for Christmas, birthdays, anything.
Literally everything.
So now, because there's no drawstring on this, because we're just making like a simple, easy one, you would just flip these
Just gonna
together
flip us.
if you're gonna do it as just like this. And then you would just hold it together. Oh, see, look at me. So flip it back over, and then you could just put your item in it and then tie a ribbon around it, and you'd get this nice little frilly top like that with your
Yep.
item inside.
And I also have a ribbon for us for late.
But I think we'll box the corners, and then
I think we
you
should
get a bit of a different look. So to do that, we're going to,
We're just gonna fold and pin and go for it.
yeah.
All right.
So you match the top to the bottom.
Just gotta get that laying nice and flat. Do you want them opened, or
Yeah.
do you want it closed?
No, let's leave it opened.
Should we measure this?
No, let's just
Okay.
wing it.
We're just gonna wing it. You're probably gonna use the seam guide on your sewing machine, okay?
Yes. Oh, yeah. So that we'll have
Fabulous.
kind of a general idea of how far up we are.
So I'm just pinning one side, then we'll come over and get the other. So I'm just making sure that I'm not smushing 2 layers together in there, and that I don't have pleats on the back. So that is an extra little check that you might want to do.
Yep, because that's a bit of a different look that we're not really going for.
Suppose I didn't actually pin your seam allowance open on the other side, so I can do that.
That's okay. I'll hold it.
You hold it? Okay.
Yeah.
All right. So we just threw in some pins, and we'll head over to Maureen.
Okay. So we're just going to hold that open, and I'm going to decide that the length I want is approximately the length of this plate, just because that feels like a good length.
Quick and easy is what we're going for.
Yeah,
I like
so
it.
we're going to hold this open, start here at the edge, put it down, and that's kind of perfect. So I can see the edge. We're going to just put our needle in, start going, pull pin out, and then we'll just go straight across while watching that we're kind of following that. Now, if you were nervous about your ability to go in a straight line, you could draw a straight line with a ruler. You don't really have to. It's pretty straightforward. Then we're going to do the same thing on the other side. Hold it open. Again, starting here. Make sure they don't have any extras bunched up in there, because
Yeah, I only checked one side.
it's a design choice that we don't want to make today.
We don't want to do any unsewing. So we're going to call it unsewing?
Yeah. Unsewing, not for today.
No
Straight
unsewing.
across. Out. Back tack.
Beautiful sewing job, Maureen.
Oh, right. Look what I can do. And the fun of this is it doesn't need to be perfect, because
It's the inside.
it's the inside. Now you can, if you wanted, fun little trick here, rather than cutting these off, you can just open this up in here. So you can just kind of get in here, and you can tack that down with a finger tap. Like
Oh, yeah,
that.
you totally could.
You could just do it with a needle and thread, or you can, if you want to finagle it into the machine,
Mm-hmm.
just go like this, and you just give it a quick. Now, again, you're going to have to really watch that you're not getting anything else underneath it.
Yeah, you don't
But then
really
you
want to
just-
sew the side of your bag together.
You just go like this, and you give it a. You can even just do it with just the stitch that you're on. Just go forward, 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 and back, 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 and a cut. That's fun. Tension's doing something very exciting. I'm sure it's not happy about that. Okay. My thread decided to come undone partway through all of that. Do you have?
You want some snippers?
I was gonna say skizzers, but I think actually I'm just gonna. Look at that, lovely.
That's beautiful.
I created a mess in there. See this? Oh, isn't that beautiful? I created some fringe for everybody to look
I
at.
love it. Good
The
job.
nice part is it's all nice and long, so we can just say no thank you, trim the grass. There, it's all out.
Well, that was easy.
And then we have to trim the corresponding grass in here, which should just come out when I pop the bottom here. Should be able to grab it. There we go. Grass removed. Put that all back together.
That was speedy.
Yeah, I may have done this once or twice before in my own machine, because I have a similar one at home, and every once in a while it just does something fun, and you get to remove excitement.
I have definitely done that before, but it was definitely user error on my part when I did it. And I stitched my whole project to my stitch plate.
Oh, I love that.
That was really fun. It was my first week here.
So that we're gonna just call it a day.
Perfect.
So turn that inside out, and you can show everybody the box corners.
Those are beautiful, Maureen. You did a great job. That's fabulous. There we go. Nice. Okay, should we put a
Beautiful.
present in here?
Yes.
All right.
What are we gonna gift?
I think we're gonna gift that
Oh,
vintage thread. So we have this beautiful bar of vintage
nice.
thread.
Does it fit?
Boop. And then I'm just going to get my ribbon.
Beautiful.
Might need a hand with this.
Maybe it wants to
Maureen.
lie down.
Oh, maybe.
We made a nice.
Oh yeah, maybe
Look
it
at
wants
that.
to lie down.
Okay.
Ooh. And then I learned a trick from Anne when you're trying to keep your ribbon together.
Okay.
So when you go to tie it like this. You go once through, then twice
I go
through
like
with
this.
your end.
Oh.
And then when you pull it
And
together,
then they're both on the bottom.
it stays.
Nice.
Tricky, eh?
And then it's more secure, so you can.
Boop.
Oh, I like that.
That was
Get the
easy.
little ruffle.
And there's no knots.
Look
That
at
was fun.
That's pretty.
It's cute.
We did
So you could make these in any size. You can make them in itty bitty or really tall, really anything.
You could do, customize it to any size you need.
And you know what the best part is, Maureen?
Reusable.
Reusable. That's better for the planet.
Yeah.
It's thrifty.
And look at those nice box corners. Like, it actually looks
Beautiful.
nice.
It looks beautiful. You did so good. Because if we didn't box them, it would be,
Yeah, they'd have some funny looking corners.
it would look hilarious. But
Yeah.
we did a super easy boxed corner. We sewed up the top. We did super easy hemming.
Yeah. That's really
Brilliant.
cute. I like that.
I'm so happy with
turned
how
out well.
that turned out.
Excellent.
That was really fun.
I enjoyed that. Thank you.
We should make more.
I'm going to. I have
Fabulous.
reusable bags all over for Christmas. So.
I love it. That is. Well, thank you for joining us today. If you enjoyed us today, leave us a comment, shoot us a like, or a follow, or subscribe. Those are all the right words, right?
Those are.
Perfect. We did it. And if you like our new studio setup, shoot us a comment. We'd love to hear
Yeah,
what
let
you
us know.
think.
Sounds good. See you
Thanks
today
for
and tomorrow.
joining us. Bye.